Okay, so we're going to be looking at number 3 on page 40. Now, these shapes are not triangles. What kind of shapes are they? Close. It's kind of like a trapezoid. And my pictures aren't very good. Yeah, they're quadrilaterals, which just means a 4-sided polygon or figure. This one is B, C, A, D, F, G, H, and E.
Well, do you solve it the same way?
We're going to still solve it exactly the same way. We're still setting up a proportion. But before I can figure out how to set up my proportion, I need to figure out which sides are going to match. Now, even though my picture is not great, looking at yours, name me 2 sides that will correspond. Jay? C and D and G and H. Perfect. So that you don't forget, go ahead and draw arrows pointing to the matching sides or corresponding sides. Okay? Name me another side that matches. McKenna?
A and D and E and H.
A and D, E and H. And we know that because it appears as though these are facing the same way, and these are 2 of the bottoms, right? This would be the bottom on each of these. Something else that corresponds. Terrence?
B and A.
Yes, these 2 here, which I think they look like they're the smallest. Well, not quite the smallest side. And we have one more side to match up or correspond to each other. Mitchell?
F, G, and B, C.
Perfect. So it's like we have the 2 tops that correspond, the 2 bottoms, these 2 left sides, and then these 2 right sides. Okay, they match up. Now, I've got some numbers that I'm going to add in there. The CD is 12 feet. AD measures 14. G to H is 18. And E to H is unknown. Okay. So let's pick out some that correspond with each other. Pick one. Anybody. Terrence.
A and D and E and H.
Okay, A and D, E and H, which means I can put these numbers in 2 different spots. If I choose to put 14 here, I can put the X down below or across. Where would you like it?
Across.
Okay, across. So 14 is from the smaller object, X is from the larger. And so that's how I'm going to have to set it up again. These numbers are going to be from the small, and this one's going to be from the large. So then let's pick another set of numbers to put up here. Anybody? McKenna?
12 and 18.
Okay, 12 and 18. They are corresponding sides. Because the 14 came from the small quadrilateral, I have to put the number for the small quadrilateral down here also. So which number belongs here, 12 or 18?
12.
Good, 12. So the 18 goes over here. You don't have to set it up this way. This is just one way to do it. Okay, yes, Terrence?
Do we have to make it worse for equal fraction?
Yeah, we can do that if we had an answer here. Now, if you looked at like number 7 and 8 on page 40, that's when you're going to figure out if they're similar by either simplifying to where they're equal ratios, or you can still cross multiply like we're going to do here. Now, does anybody see a shortcut yet? No, I don't see a shortcut yet because 12 times something gives me 18, not very easy. But before I decide to cross multiply, is there something I can do to make it a little easier?
Simplify.
Okay, let's simplify. So Tony, if I have 14 over 12, is there any way I can simplify that ratio?
Yes.
What would I divide by?
Dividing it by 2.
Sure. How many times does 2 go into 14?
7.
Perfect. And how many times does 2 go into 12?
6.
All right. Now, is there a shortcut now? Do I see a shortcut? Zach? Yes, McKenna.
6 goes into 18 3 times.
Good. 6 times 3 is 18. So 7 times 3 would be
21.
21. So supposedly my answer is 21. And it's because I saw this little shortcut. But if you don't see the shortcut, that's okay. Don't worry about it. But let me repeat it. We said that because we've simplified this to 6, 6 times what gives me 18? And we said 6 times 3. That means that 7 times 3 will give me this number here, which is 21. Now, again, if we didn't see the shortcut, not a problem. I have 7 over 6 equals x over 18. I can still cross multiply. So I have x times 6, which is what?
6x.
Sure, 6x. Bring my equal sign down. 7 times 18. What's 8 times 7?
56.
Good. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 5.
126.
Yes. Oh, that should be a 6. Thank you. So 126 equals 6x. And at this point, what do I do?
Divide.
Yes, what am I going to divide by?
6.
Good. 6 over 6 gives me 1x. And then the question is, how many times does 6 go into 126? You can, yep, and you can pull to the side and work it out if you need to. 6 goes into 12 twice, that's 12. Bring down your 6. 6 into 6 is once. So, I found my answer either with cross multiplication, like I did here, or I was able to see a little shortcut, okay, a little trick. What are my units for this?
P.
Thank you. That's important. You got to have it.